American Tigit. How are you guys doing? Yes, you okay? So I put out the vote again to see what you guys wanted to do, another deep topic or Tamazight. And so the majority was Tamazight. So we're going to learn some more Tamazight and the Tifinagh. If you don't know, this is the writing system that Tamazight uses. It's called Tifinagh. The writing system is amazing. It's ancient. Tamazight is the indigenous language of North Africa. Of course, it does have many different dialects across North Africa, but that is what we're learning. So we did, like kind of the first lesson the other day together. You know, I'm learning, and I know some of you guys are learning and also helping me, teaching me as well. And I know that some of you all are from Morocco, some of you all are from Algeria, some of you all maybe are from Tunisia or Egypt. But welcome, welcome. Let me go ahead and share to my groups real quick, so give me a moment. Hey, Sinkrat, how are you? So I just shared on, hey, Sinkrat, how are you? So I just shared on Facebook. Let me share on my Instagram too. Sorry, give me 1 second, you guys. All right, everything is shared. Doing well, thanks. Nice. Yeah, I know today I'm going live a little bit earlier. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, you know? So I'm actually feeling tired already, which is good. That's a good thing. So, okay. Like I said, we're gonna learn some more Tamazight and Tifinagh. We had gone over this like at the end of the last like lesson, right? When we were learning, talking about like the classroom. So we learned, I know somebody pointed out that the LMD, like ulmad, means learn, and inmu is studies. So then that makes sense, like with student being anulmad and tanulmat, and teacher being azulmad and tazulmat, right? Masculine and feminine. So that was really helpful to understand, like, that there's a root, right? That helped a lot. Hello, Azul, Morocco, geography vlog, what's up? Okay, so let's go to the next page. All right, so yeah, I think it's helpful for me just to do like the pictures, because I'm not sure what all of the sentences say, or like the headings, at least right now. But okay, asarag. Asarag is what? School? Or is it the recess? Let me look back real quick. Ah, that's recess. Okay. Asarag. Okay. And so I know maybe you guys can learn a new word too. There's probably a word that you don't hear, you know, like unless you're a teacher, you know, in English. So yeah, in English we would call it recess, at least in American English, right? Like a break for students to go outside and play, give their brain a break, right? Okay, what else? The D is not emphasized. Pronounce it like D and do. Do. Ulmud? Do. Hmm. That's hard because I know you guys have the two D's, but in English we just have. So I'm like, don't emphasize it, but we're still emphasizing. Yeah, that's a little confusing for me. Okay, so this one is alug. Alug? Is that book? Workbook? Notebook? Paper? Notebook? The picture looks like a notebook. I don't know. Alug? What about this one? I don't know what are those, you guys? The picture? I don't know. Angamirs? Achieve world peace. What's up? It is notebook. Okay, great. Dawn. Okay, I thought you said to not emphasize. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm like, what? Yeah, it's hard for me to differentiate between the two D's you guys have though. So yeah, I'd have to like hear it. But let me write this down. Note book. That's a compound word, you guys, in English. Okay, what is angamirs? Angamirs? What is that? Like what? I don't even understand what those pictures are. Markers? Erasers? Crayons? Asarag means yard place. Could be courtyard. But I know last time someone said like a break something. I don't remember. But okay, this one is chalk. Oh, weird. Colored chalk? I don't know. That's interesting. Okay, chalk. In American schools, it's hard to find chalk anymore because we use like the whiteboards, we call it. The boards you can write with the markers, the special markers, right? Or it's like all digital with technology. Okay. And then, yes, tasselmat, like female teacher. This one is adlis. Is that book or textbook? Adlis? Not sure. Book. Yeah, I'm like, some of these. Yeah, I guess like chalk would make sense that it could be an old word. But like textbook, like to be very specific for school, I'm like that's not really gonna be in an ancient language, unless like newly adapted, right? So it makes sense that it would make sense to me that it's just book. At least. Hmm. Is there I wonder what it's. So I think you guys were telling me maybe this is more like tasusit. Is that right? If that's right, is there another word for book in like the atlas, Tamazight? Yeah. Okay. And then tad tad tadala? Tad tadala. Tadala. Yeah, that's another thing. You don't know which syllables to emphasize, right? Ah, there's no other word. for a book. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I've heard that one. Adlis. Adlis? Adlis. But what it Tadala? 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 Is it like classroom? Class? Hey Britta, what's up? How are you? We're doing Tamazight. You guys voted. Oh, I was gonna say too that community tab is now like you guys can post stuff too. It's not just me. It's not just for me. Excuse me. They sent an email saying like I could turn on community or whatever. So I turned it on. So if you guys want to post something, anything, obviously appropriate, helpful, anything about Tamazight or a deep topic or ideas for deep topics for the lives or ideas for videos or yeah, it's nice that you guys can post stuff as well. Obviously, I'm sure they're trying to compete with these other platforms, right? And having all of these options, but yeah, just so you know, that is a thing now. But what is this, you guys? Tadala? Is it class or classroom or something else? Anybody know? Let me bring up my. Let's see. I don't know actually. I usually use it on my phone, but it's being occupied. Let me look up Google Translate. When I put it into Google Translate, it says show. I mean, classroom could be a show. You know, kind of some kind of an association or connection there. But anybody know? Tadala. Tadala. I can't do the Tifinagh on my computer, but it's interesting. Yeah, I find with Google Translate, it's not. It's just like not often correct. Okay, so yes, so maybe it's a common one that people don't know, or like a shared unknown that's maybe specific to Seuss, or maybe just not a well-known English word. But just by the picture, I would guess like classroom or class. It's got to be one of those. Maybe classroom is too like of a new idea, so maybe class. The etymology of alug comes from ug, meaning inscribe. Adlis comes from the word meaning lip. I'm not sure what you're saying. What? Tadala is bored? What? It's interesting that it said showed. So like this thing, yeah. So yeah, like in English, if it's the green one with chalk, then we call it a chalkboard. If it's the white one with a marker, then we call it a whiteboard. That's interesting. Let me write that down. Chalk board. Assuming that's what you mean. But what was the lug? Yeah, you're saying board. Um, I'm assuming it's chalkboard though, because like we can't in American English in our culture or whatever, we can't just say board unless it's like a piece of wood or whatever. So like in this context, we have to say blackboard. Blackboard is a really old word for American English. You can't hear anyone use it anymore. Yeah, like maybe my grandparents would say that. But yeah, so like present time, we would say chalkboard. Board, board, board. But yeah, if we just say board though in English, it doesn't make sense. We would think it's a piece of wood. We wouldn't understand that, you know? So maybe it's a bit cultural, right? Yeah, no, I get it. Not classroom, but chalkboard. Skateboard. Right. Like board is just like a piece of wood in English. So what? I'm trying to understand the other comment. Achieve world peace. Where was the alug from? Because at least doesn't have that. I'm confused. Lug. Right. Yep. Yeah. So I put an arrow there. Chalkboard. I don't know what the lug was, you guys. I don't know. Oh, you were asking why we have specific words. It's because notebook. Okay, what was notebook? A lug. Okay. I can't. I couldn't remember that one. Okay, so let's go back to them. Let's do inscribe. At least originally meant lips. Huh. But with time it began to mean book, as in words from other people's lips. Interesting. Oh, that's really cool. I was thinking like something that you open, like you open your lips, you open the book. But that's interesting. Something that, like words that other people say. Interesting. Okay, wait, so let me go back to your comment. Lug. LG means inscribe. I like that word a lot. Inscribe. LG equals inscribe. It's a fancy word, you guys, in English. At least it's like lips. Other people's lips. It's so funny. But yeah, it's funny how like etymology, how things change and form. Ills. Tongue, alles? Talk? Comment? Mm, interessante. So wait. I'm still looking back at the one. Where is it? Is that the right one? Okay. Yeah, I know. I know. There's like probably a small delay in when I see your comments too. So bear with me. Okay. So yeah, it's really interesting. Ills. Alice. Talk. I used Nim. Hi, Kentigit. Hmm? Hello. I'm hearing stuff. Okay. All right, let's go to the next page. Pew. Okay. All right. Here's a proverb with the verb alis. Okay. What does it mean though? Okay. What's that? Ha? Tadala? Inu. Nah, but you guys, it has to be classroom or class. No? Because doesn't this mean like this is my classroom? What do you guys think? It could just be like cultural differences, you know? Because, yeah, like, why would they put this whole picture of what looks to me like a classroom or a class, but they just mean the chalkboard? Like, that seems a bit weird, right? Ancients haven't left anything to new people to say. Interesting. Ancients haven't left anything to new people to say. Like they've already said everything. Is that what you mean? Or is that what that means? But yeah, what do you guys think about this? Doesn't that mean like this is my classroom? Because Tadala Inu, right? My classroom? Yeah, ancients have said everything. Wait, what's that idea too of like stories? Like all the stories have been told, just we use the same foundation of a story but tell it with different details or whatever. It's interesting. But what do you guys think about that? The ha tadala inu. I'm not sure about the ha, but I'm assuming it's like this classroom mine. This is my classroom. So that makes me want to change this to classroom. I'll put a big question mark. Classroom. Okay. And then this one is ha azomad inu. So like this is my teacher, yeah. What is? I don't know what that is. Tad Tasilmat Inu. So then I don't know what the difference is between the ta and the ha there. But I'm assuming like both of them are his teachers, no? And this ta de tinmo, school, right? I think this is school, no? Because I asked you guys on Facebook a while ago. I don't know why I remember that one, but yeah. This one. Like this, yeah. This school mine, yeah. Ha. Demonstrative. Okay, but any new thoughts on this, you guys? I would guess maybe it's just the dialect difference or cultural difference. I'm not sure. But okay, let's look down here. This one is interesting. I think we talked about this the last time, no? Tashkart. Do I need to roll my R though? I forget. Or would it just be like Tashkart? Yeah, so we said bag. We said bag. But again, like culturally, like these might imply in English that it's a book bag. Like you put it around your shoulders, both shoulders, but you know, and in the context of school, right, we would say book bag, but it's a very specific word in English though. And then Tarda looks like a ruler. Adlis book. Alug notebook. Mm-hmm. Aranib. What? Is that a new one? I don't know. Aranib. Yeah? Aranib. What? I feel like I can't make any kind of an association in my mind about that. Aranib. I would love to hear the etymology of that one. It's interesting. Yeah, pen. It's interesting. Some cultures call it like Bic, like the name brand, just like in American English too. For tissue, sometimes we'll say Kleenex, you know. It's interesting. Okay, and then this looks like pencil. Ach, akraj. Akraj. Tasfat. This would be interesting too, because again, doesn't this seem like a newer technology, considering, you know, time on this planet, right? Like, you know, this is something they would not have probably had. I mean, maybe something similar at some point, but like that would have been after being able to like, or like writing in the sand or writing on the rocks, or you know. So I wonder what the etymology of that would be. Tasfat. Like something about erase or delete or take away. Hey, Anayer. Hatasomat Inu. This is my teacher, yeah. 10 minutes. But what, if you're just joining us, can you tell me what you think this one means? If you didn't see it before. The ha, tadala, inu. What do you think that means? Or specifically this word? Eraser. Literally sweeper. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, just sweep away things. Interesting. How is the lighting for you guys too? Is it like flickering for you too? That might be a new English word for you guys. Flickering. Is the light flickering for you? It's not flickering in reality, but the quality seems a bit weird. But this is my class. Okay, so you're saying it's class. See, so the etymology of that word must have maybe something to do with like the fact that maybe having some kind of a board means it's a class, a classroom. I don't know, because y'all were saying it's a board. The light is good? Okay, good. Yeah, so, but also I wonder about the dialects though. Could it just be the difference between like Sus and Atlas? Manuscript? For which one, Rita? That's like old school. Like some kind of a document. What's this one? Tas Ramt? or tasramit. Sometimes I don't know, cause if you don't know, I know some Swahili too, and so like the way that they put together some consonants, um, I'm kind of used to that a bit. So I'm not sure about the rules for Tamazight, but well, and I know with Tifinagh too, especially if people didn't learn in school, they just kind of write the way that they want to, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, same as me, right? Like, just I write kind of what it sounds like. And so trying to, take it from English to Tifinagh doesn't always work, right? Because there might be maybe some sound in between there, but I wouldn't know, right? Me personally, right? Because I don't speak Tamazight fluently. So I'm not sure if it's tasramt, tasramt, I don't know, or tasramit, tasramit with the emphasized letter R. Tasr. Oh yeah, because there's two. So like roll the R, yeah. Tasramt. But is it mt or mit? Tasramt, tasramt, or tasramit? If you know what I'm saying. Does it sound like just the M and the T together, or does it kind of sound like mit would in English? Tasramit or tasramt? So like MT or MIT? MT? Tasramt? That's harder, I think, yeah. Tasramt. Tasramt. But then it's almost like for English, there's almost like a different sound in there. Tasramt. Interesting. Okay. Okay. And then we have it's the same one, right? Okay, yeah. The chalk. On Gamirs. On Yeah, like again, that's a problem for me right there, right? On G, is there a on G, right? I mean, there has to be, right? Because the G and the together, gm, 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 on gm. But then you have it like a E sound, so it has to be like Angamirs. Angamirs? Angamirs. Angamirs. I don't know. Okay, and then Tanakat. Sounds like tourniquet. Tanakat. What would you guys translate this to? Tanakat. Because again, that's like certainly a newer technology or whatever. Tanakat. Tanakat. Like I would call it a pencil holder. Again, in American English, it holds the pencils, right? So we call it a pencil holder. And yeah, so like when you're younger, you always have one in school so you don't lose all your stuff. Are these the colors? I don't really know a lot of colors. Let's see. Aura. Aura. Yellow. Red. Asgu. What do you do when there's two? Well, no, it's in my mind. I feel like it would be asgu. But I don't know. Or would it just be asguar? Oh, no, what? Asguar. But why? It's a weird coupling there. Asgwar. I feel like that'd be so complicated. Or just Asgwar. That's hard to say, man. But which way do I say it? Do I really separate these two sounds? I don't know that rule. Okay, and then so yeah, red and then green as what? This is a palindrome, if you guys know what that is. Same like this way and that way or whatever. Like the word level, right? It's spelled the same way forward and backward, you know? So yeah, it's a palindrome. Asgaza. Asgaza? Something like that. You said emphasize letter G with slight W sound, or you can just say Asgah. Yeah, I don't know, just I have no idea, but I mean, in my mind, I would like emphasize this sound because you have the G in the Gua, right? So like it would make sense to me to be like Asgwah and just like pretend this is, not there. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, green is interesting. Okay, and then blue as as a oh my god, what? Azerbaijan. Azerwal. Azerwal? Azerwal. Or Azer. I don't know, because it's this one instead of this one, it's this one. So does that mean it's more emphasized? I would love to know when to use these different ones, or like the S. Yeah, but I would, yeah, but so, but then also there's times when it's like the double S. So what's the difference between the double S and the upside down QS? Anyways, okay. Azer, Azerwal, blue. What is this? Pink? Az, wow. I think I heard this one before. The, geez, the colorful words, the color words, like they're very colorful. They're like a bit complicated to pronounce. Azwawag, Azwawag, Azwawag. Okay, and purple looks like Ad Adman, Adman. Is that purple or brown? Oh my god, the lightings. Okay, if I look at the if I look at the phone, it's brighter. It looks brown. Okay. Okay, and then it looks like white has like three different words for it. Um lil, umlil, amlal, ashmlal. What? Tell me the difference. Why? Why? And then looks like black, right? Okay, and then aber aberkan, as the two G's. I don't know. As askan, abkan. Again, why? Why for these are there three? It's interesting. Just a different shade, perhaps? Like maybe in English, for example, we'd have like light blue, dark blue, and blue, you know. Uh, Doubles in Tamazight means you should emphasize the letter or make it hard. Okay, that's what I understood. But also, why then? Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, what I wrote. So obviously, like for S example, right? That's an S. If you have two of the S's, it's like I don't remember the difference in sound. Just I know it's supposed to be harder. So it'd be like S and S or S and S. I think maybe that's what I was hearing. It's like S and S. But like in English, if you say make it hard, it would just be like S. You know? Okay. That's a whole other story. But then why is there also this one? What's the purpose of the upside down Q as an S as well? Like what's the difference? If this is a regular S, this is a hard S, what kind of S is this one? Same thing if you said like for R or D, right? So why? Why are there two letters? Oh maybe that's what I'm is like that's the S and the S, and this is S. I don't know. Oh god. What's the D? Um is it this one? Wait, let me check. Yeah, okay. So I think it's D, duh, right? D, duh, and then D. Oh, what? I didn't mean to write the A. I'm so used to English though. When you make the triangle, you want to cross, you know? So it's like D, duh, D. Oh, it's so hard. You know, I feel like I'm gonna spit on somebody. D, duh, D. Um, I'm Amazigh, born and bred in Morocco. From parents both Amazigh, yet I can't read Amazigh letters, just too complicated to learn if you get the opportunity to learn other languages like English. But I feel like if you already speak Tamazight, it would be so easy. All you have to do is just match the symbols, you know? Same word, just variants. The which one was it? Aberkan or Askan variants. Interesting. Within the same dialect or so yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think it's like s, sa, s, d, da, d. Anyway, something like that. But man, putting that, applying that, yeah, it's a whole other story. Same here in Ireland. People don't like to learn Gaelic. Nobody speaks it here, just English. Yeah, I mean, so I think we were talking the other time. Part of my ancestry is Irish, and so yeah, I mean, like I think I was telling you guys, I wanted to go there too and learn some Gaelic, or Irish, I guess as they call it, because there's different dialects too, just like Tamazight, right? But yeah, they're called Gwel ducks. I'm sure you have heard of them. Those are like the areas where they speak more Irish. So like, I definitely wouldn't say nobody speaks it there. Um, just it's probably a bit hard to find for sure. But yeah, I would love to go there and study some Irish too, man. But like where my family's from, I don't think there's a Guelduck like right there. So I would want to probably pick the one that's closest to there. But yeah, it's interesting. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, that looks like, what is it? Like a jacket or something? Tabanka? Tabanka. Tabanka or tabanka? Like in English, probably I would say tabanka, right? That's how we would put like the N and the K together. Or would it be tabanka instead of tabanka? Tabanka? Tabanka. Like, would we separate those more? Hmm. No, tabanka. Tabanka? Tabanka. Anyways, it looks like a jacket, no? Jacket, coat, sweater. Clothing is hard, man. Even there are different words sometimes for things, and just you want to use like the easiest thing, right? Like it's a t-shirt or it's a blouse or it's a shirt, you know? It's just a shirt. Okay, and then we have our akraj, tanakat, and we have our tanulmat, our student, adlis, our notebook, tadala, our class. Nice. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yes, some of these letters, like I said, like the upside down Q. That's just how I have to describe it, right? Because that's what it looks like to me in my language. And like this one, it's like the backwards N, Like in English, the N would be like this, right? But in Tamazight, you start the other way. And it's just a mirror reflection. But I know it's a bit more like that if you want to be very official, but I think that's sufficient, no? I don't know. Some places I see it more like a little squiggly in there, and but most of the time I feel like it's straight. Okay, what else? Oh, tigri, 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 teri, teri, teri. Is that love or that's something else? I always find languages is a lively thing. Gaelic is only spoken in Aranmore Island up in top northwest where the English couldn't get into in the past. Yeah, no. Look up whale ducks. There are actually many. I can look it up now. There's a map you can see like where they are. How many whale ducks are there in Ireland? I can understand whale ducks. Okay, hold on. Whale ducks. Let's see. There are 7 counties in Ireland with designated Gaeltacht areas. Donegal, which, yeah, is a very famous one that I've heard of before. Donegal, Mayo, Galway, Kerry, Cork, Meath, and Waterford. These counties contain both mainland and island Gaeltacht regions. The Gaeltacht refers to Irish-speaking regions where the Irish language is the primary language spoken in the community. Yeah, so maybe you just haven't been to one of those communities. Okay, so but you said itri, but they started with the T. You wrote IT, but this one says TI. Oh, it's the okay, maybe you just misspelled it. Tiri. Ah, okay. Yeah, it looks like so okay, so Teri would be like T A wait, which one is that? No, it's a little bit more like this, right? I think that's Teri, yeah? If I got the R right, I don't know. Okay, so but the pronunciation I would want to understand more. Oh, okay, nice. So Teri and Tiri. Maybe Teri, Teri, and Tiri, Tiri, maybe. You know what I find interesting though too is like sometimes the vowel sounds are different. You know, like even within one word, right? Like aman, right? Aman. I feel like the A's sometimes, I don't know, the way people say it sometimes, they sound a little bit slightly different to me, you know? Which is really interesting. But then like this would be an A sound. This would be an A, right? So would we not use the A ah? It's a little confusing. Because then wouldn't it be like amen, amen, amen? But it sounds like amen, amen. No, I don't know. The vowels don't always sound like consistent to me, but okay. And then this one. Okay, so this is reading. Make a for which word though? Interi? A. So wouldn't it be a main? Do you know what I mean? A main. So that means I must be missing some rules about how vowels are used, huh? Maybe? You know, in relation to the different consonants. I'm not sure. Okay, this one. Tununt? Tununt. Like Jim? All? Almond? That doesn't make sense to me either, though. But regardless, then even though they're A's, they sound different. So I would want to know, yeah, like why it's in relation to what consonant it's next to or after, etc. Sport, not gym. Huh? Yeah, in American English, we would say gym. Like this is gym class, you know. And then aswunfu, aswunfu. That's an interesting word. Aswunfu. I live in Donegal, and I can confirm that nobody I know can speak Gaelic. They might just know a few words like thank you, which they learned at school. English is everyday. Yeah. I mean, my understanding, there probably are pockets, and just like it is here in Morocco, when people are together, they like default to the shared language, you know what I mean? People default here to Darija, unless people start with Tamazight, which I don't hear a lot, you know. Um, Probably it depends on the personality too, right? Like if someone is very confident, they could try to start a conversation in Tamazight or Gaelic, for example, right? But if they just want to get in the store and get out, they're just gonna speak Darija, right? So it's the same thing, I think, probably, that they're just speaking English for ease and for like save time, get in, get out, you know? But yeah, what is this? Is that soccer? Aswunfu. Is that soccer? Football, yeah. Football to the rest of the world. But American English is soccer. Or what? I don't know. Aswunfu. Playtime. Like free time? Playtime? Well, let me try to let me see what Google Translate says. It's an interesting word. I like it. It sounds like somebody's name or something. It's funny. It says ghost. What if I change the U to an O? Aswonfu. Disappointed. Aswonfo. Donkey. What? Yeah, none of those are. Free time. Okay, or rest. Yeah, free time might be the best. Just, I mean, in context here, right? Like, what do you do in your free time? Or if they're still talking about at school, recess, maybe. But like, you know, if I'm thinking about classes, I would think like English, gym, recess. But if it's like the topic, reading, sports, hobbies, you know, like, yeah, I don't know. The word came from isunfa, means resting or chilling. Nice. Hmm. So free time. Free time. Resting. It's cute. Your name is Aswunfu. I'm gonna call you Aswunfu. Okay. He's so cute. Yeah, it's sad. Like Aswunfu. It just sounds like a cartoon character's name. It's cute. Okay. What does this say? Okay, so it's reading. Tehri. Ainas. Asinas. Achras. Achwas. I'm not sure. Am I supposed to pick one, or do they all make sense with that word? Like reading something, reading something, reading something, reading something. I don't know. What'd you say, Rita? It disappeared. Let's see. Tununt asimoas. Asimoas. Asimoas? Wait a minute. What is asimoas? Days of the week. I've heard that word before, yeah. Asimoas, but sports? Days of the week? What? I don't understand. A spoonful. Acid. Yes. What does that mean? Asamas. Asamas. Free time doing this, free time doing that? I don't know what they mean. In Morocco, it's different, maybe because it's a bigger country with difficult Atlas mountains. When the invasion by Arabs, French, and Spanish in the past, Tamazight was preserved in the mountains. Yeah, no, for sure. Hacemos, Friday. So like free time on Friday. Yes? No, sports. Sports on Friday, or some kind of sport on Friday. Okay, this is free time. Free time doing what, though? What's he doing? Asidias. Asidias? Asidias. I'm not sure. Asamas. I don't know. I'm not sure about those two words. Okay. Azumad. Asarag. Adlis. Teacher. Recess or courtyard or whatever. Notebook. Tunarus. I forget what that means though. I remember last time I was like, it sounds like tunabonga. Or the beginning for Swahili. Tunarus. And Anir. Yeah, I've heard that name a lot. What does Tunarus mean? Is that a name as well? Tasramt. Pencil sharpener. Pencil sharpener. But like, you know, I didn't really grow up with this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up with the one on the wall. You know, you had to raise your hand. Teacher, I need to sharpen my pencil. Or you know, you better have sharpened it before class started, right? But sometimes, of course, your pencil would break. But yeah, we always had the big old pencil sharpener on the wall, and you had to crank it, you know. It's so different from tarifit. Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised when the one guy, he didn't know 10 merit. That's what made me ask on Facebook. I was like, what? I thought 10 merit was kind of like, you know, like everybody used it or everybody knew it or whatever. But yeah, no, I guess not. It sounded like when people responded, well, yeah, in the chat group or my broadcast channel group, I did a poll about like, you know, do they use 10 merit in tarifit? So so some people said, many people said no, some people said maybe, and some people said yes. So I was like, okay. So then I asked on my post, and yeah, it seemed like there was a different word or words or phrase. So yeah. Tuna Rus is a girl's name. Okay, cool. I can't keep up. Yeah. It's interesting though. I wonder like how much. I'm sure someone has done a study or some linguist has studied like what kind of like what percentage is similar. Let's see. We brought those words back in use. Which words? Ha? Manulmad. Ha? Tanulmad. So like this student? This student? Hmm. I'm not sure what they're asking. Okay. Right, it looks blurry up here a bit, but not down here. Okay, so we got our asarag, courtyard or recess. And what is that? A bird? Tisiu. Tisiu. Tisiu, tisiu. I do remember that one. Tisiu, tisiu. Tiu, tiu, tiu. You know, in some languages, the T and the S together just sounds like tss, tss, right? But I feel like in Tamazight it would be like tis, tis, no? Tisiu, 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 tis, tis, tisiu, 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 tisiu? I don't know. Not tiu, tiu, right? I think that's probably right, but I'm not sure. Tadat. Home, yeah? Tunarus. The sound birds make, I guess. Yeah, that would make sense, right? Chirp, chirp. Yeah, in American culture, I guess we'd say like chirp, chirp, tweet, tweet. There's a few, I guess. Tagant. Which one was that? What does that mean? Tagant. Forest? Garden? Trees? Forest. I can't see the forest for the trees. Tasarut. Key, huh? Tasarut. Tadart. Home. Tsu tsu. Tsu tsu. So is that like for every bird though? Like it's a general word for bird? Tashkart. 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 Bag. Let's see. I'm not sure what the rest is here. Instruments. This is like a quiz, huh? Oh no. Let's see. So Tashkart is this one. Booyah. Alug. Alug. Was it? At least. Tanakat. Tourniquet. Was that this one? Maybe. Tourniquet? Maybe? What do you guys think? Achanib. Achanib? What? Tifilt? Did we do that one? Tasfut. Tasfut. Akraj. I know, so let's see. Or are they just all in order? I thought it was like you have to I thought it was like you have to match them. I think they're just in order, right? Alug, Adlis, Aranib, Tifilt. I don't know, did we do that one though? Tasfut, Tasfad, and Akhraj. Achanib. This pen. Oh, interesting. Wood pen? Yeah, so I think they're just in order. That's too easy. Okay. Well, and then they just have... But that's interesting. T-field. So this is T-field. But where did we... Let me look back for T-field. Was that like a previous lesson? Oh, goodness. T-field. Yeah, it's weird. It's not on this one. So did we do it before? Is it here? No. It's not here either. Weird. Maybe it was an early lesson. I don't know. Well, interesting. Okay, so T okay, and this one is Adlis. Ad. Okay, and pen. Nib. Ghanib. Gharom. Ghanib. Nice. Okay, how are we doing on time? That was a lot. I like they do like kind of review. Okay. Yeah, then maybe next time we can get into this lesson. Let's see, what are they talking about? What does it say? Ad zir sifl. What does it mean? It looks like her room. She has a, we say in American English, we say closet, but usually closets are, in the wall. It's a very different, like, cultural thing. Like in Europe, I think they have like this, like Morocco has many like this too. They might call it a wardrobe, or I don't know if you want to be fancy, maybe an armoire, which I think is a French word, but yeah, we would still like probably call it a closet because that's just what we're used to culturally. But looks like she's sleeping. She has, what is it, a shirt or sweater, a sock or a boot sock, I guess. Some crumpled up papers. She's been studying, maybe. Some other papers she's been typing or writing. Maybe she likes cats, butterflies. What is that, an owl? An umbrella. Is there a word for umbrella in Tamazight? Let's see. Why does it look like they're washing their hands, but then there's clothing? So I would guess like doing your laundry? What? There's a tissue. Tissue. And what are they doing? Talking to each other? Is that what she's dreaming about? Let's interpret this picture. She's dreaming. Okay, this is reality, right? In reality, she's sleeping. And in reality, there's a bird at her window. In reality, maybe the bird is hitting the window. Peck, 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 knock, knock, knock. But sometimes reality also goes into your dream, right? So you don't know what's you know what I mean? Like as you're dreaming, sometimes things in reality merge with your dream because like you start to wake up. Anyway, that's my psychoanalysis. But it looks like she's having an interesting conversation with the bird. This bird right here looks like a crow to me. I like crows. They're very intelligent. And this looks like some kind of poster on her wall that she needs to study, maybe? Why it looks like food items here and here, but like a kid, and then is it like family members? Interessante. Do you sleep like this too? That does not look comfortable. It's because she's dreaming about this bird. What do you think the bird is trying to tell her, you guys? Anyway, so interesting. Like the other lesson, I feel was more telling, maybe, right? Like, meaning we could see it's really about school. They have backpacks. We're in Morocco. But just this one doesn't make sense. Like this, like, okay. Teen mill, right? School. And like the bus or the van to go to school. But what they doing right there? It's a loom, right? Like she's making a carpet, but she's like talking to the bird. So random. Okay. Maybe it's a cultural thing. Or maybe I'm missing something because I can't read like all the sentences and stuff. But it's interesting that that shows up again. Anybody know what's going on there? But it looks like we'll have some new vocabulary. Dealing with clothing, I guess. Clothing is pretty apparent here, but I'm guessing this must be like washing your clothes, doing laundry, we say in American English. This is a little bit weird, but something, I guess, to do with studying, maybe still. And then this is random and funny to me. But yes, okay, lots of clothing vocabulary. That'll be interesting, man. Clothing in general, like I was saying before, it just gets so complicated. I know people will be like, "Oh, it's the cutoff jeans, or it's boot. What is it? I was gonna say bootleg. What? Boot cut? Or I don't... Oh man, or like culottes. You know, who says culottes anymore? We used to say that when I was younger. But there's so many words for clothing, and they change over time a lot. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys think about these words. But anyways, we'll save that for the next time we learn Tamazight together. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know it was a bit earlier than I normally do it, but I'm gonna head to bed soon and try to fix my sleep schedule. Oh, tomorrow, yay. Tomorrow is the start of the Gnawa Music Festival, so I'm gonna head to that. Inshallah, the beginning, the opening. It's my first time at the festival, so I'm excited. So of course I'm gonna film and do a vlog and show everybody what's happening. I hope to go every day. So maybe I can film every day. Maybe I can go live one of those days. Yeah, I think I should go live one of those days on the weekend. Then it's only Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's 3 days. So yeah, maybe Saturday I can go live at some point. So yeah, as usual, you know, I go live every Wednesday and weekends. Could be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But yeah, so this weekend it'll be Saturday when I'm out at the festival to show you guys around a little bit. Yeah, if you're new here or see this later, please subscribe. Of course, the best way to support is to watch videos and, you know, watch the whole thing. And but yeah, you know, sorry I didn't get to the video finished and edited. Just kind of, yeah, figuring out this new climate, you know, and my sleep and all that stuff and life stuff. It's a bit different during the summer, you know, than the school year with my job and stuff too, and just doing different things. So thank you guys so much for being here and helping me learn Tamazight. And yeah, I think that's it for today. If you guys know any other resources too that are helpful, and maybe a resource that can help kind of bridge the gap between some of the dialects. I know obviously like they say the standardized version of Tamazight, it tried to bring the dialects together. So if you know a resource, you know, that we can maybe study together, or like we call this like a workbook, you know. I don't remember where I got this, you guys. No, let me think about it. It was in Marrakesh. I think, yeah, how do you guys say it? Chatter? Like the bookstore or whatever? Or I think you guys call it a library. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any other thoughts or resources. But I will see you guys on Saturday at the Gnawa Festival. Yay! All right, you guys have a wonderful night. Timin Siwin, thanks again so much. Take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye.